here to be a part of the Christmas Eve celebration of Vedanta Society Berkeley. We will begin with the Precious Angel Choir. The presenters are Shohini, Roshmi, Rishika, Shubhomita, Shujojoti, Miti, Mishti, and Mihika.
In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Peace be with you. My sisters and brothers of Jesus Christ, I welcome you all most sincerely at the holy sanctuary of the Vedanta Society, Berkeley. This evening, to each and every one of you, I extend my prayerful best wishes for Christmas, filled with every grace and blessings for yourselves and for your loving one as well. 24th December evening is very sacred and precious for the Ramakrishna order. In the life of Swami Vivekananda, 24th December evening is very significant in three ways. In all the centers of the Ramakrishna order, we celebrate 24th December, the Christmas Eve. The sacred birth of Jesus Christ. And it was started long time ago when one of the direct disciples, Swami Trigunatitanandaji, who initiated to start this event in the Ramakrishna order. I hope most of you are familiar with the name of Swami Trigunatitanandaji because he was one of the pioneer Vedantists who came in this country and established the first Hindu temple and the first Vedanta temple in USA, in San Francisco. But he initiated to start this event not after his arrival in this country. He started it long ago when the first monastery was in Barahanagar, dilapidated house. It is in a corner of India near Calcutta, and they started this 24th December event by reading Bible. So this is the first event in our order. Obviously at that time the order was not established in a formal way. They started this Christmas Eve event and read the Gospel from Luke. Then second 24th December is very significant in the life of Swami Vivekananda. It is because on that day, these young boys took the oath in front of the fire to leave their home and hearth to serve the humanity. There is a remote village near Calcutta which is called Artpur. There, one of the direct disciples' ancestral house was situated. After the passing away of Sri Ramakrishna, these young boys, actually they were teen at that time, were merged into very austere spiritual practice to realize God. At that time, one of the direct disciples' mother, very old lady, she was the devotee of Sri Ramakrishna also. She invited this young group to her house to stay for some time. This young group, the 9 young boys, they went there and they started staying there, but not simply by practicing rigorous spiritual practices. They used to lit the fire and whole night they meditated, circling around the fire. On one night, it was winter, on one night after their meditation, they wanted to read the Bible. They used to read the Bible quite often. So they started reading the Bible. And while reading the Bible, they were inspired by the renunciation, by the sacrifice of Jesus. They were so inspired that they took the oath, those 9 young boys, they took the oath in front of the fire on that night that they will never enter into the household life. They will renounce the household and they will dedicate their life for the welfare of the humanity. And afterwards, they found that it was 24th December. This is the second 24th December was very significant in Swami Vivekananda's life because the seed was sown on that night in the remote village on 24th December of this order. Then the third 24th December was significant in Swami Vivekananda's life when he went to the last stone of India, the Cape Kumarin, and sat there for 3 days in meditation. Afterwards, he wrote a letter to his brother disciples saying that I stuck into an idea while meditating on the last stone of India, that is Cape Kumarin. He got that idea on that night. It is very significant because the traditional monks of India, they roam from door to door, beg and practice their spiritual practices. There were no any organizational setup or institution in India. The monastic concept of India was different. The monks they are like abbot. They move from one place to another place and they bake and eat. That is the traditional monastic life of India. But Swami Vivekananda hit upon a plan, and he thought that thousands of monks are roaming throughout India and do their spiritual practices. Why don't these monks take a simple globe, some maps, some very simple arithmetic, and go to the door of the poorest in the remote village and teach them. Teach them simple education, teach them how to live a good life. And Swami Vivekananda afterwards implemented that concept, what he had in Kanyakumari, the Cape Kumarin, on 24th December. Implement that idea into Ramakrishna order. And in our order you can find the monks. They are not simply roaming here and there, but they do dedicate their life for the good of the humanity. So this 3/24th December is very, very significant in Swami Vivekananda's life and for our order, because on these 3/24th evening, the future shape of our order was determined. So this is a very sacred evening for us, and I am very happy that you all have come here, and these kids are slowly growing. When I came here, I saw that 24th December was observed, and very few people used to come here. Then we started to make it a kind of event, but still we have to work a lot to make it a successful event. But I am very happy that the kids, and from last year we started this kids program, and this year probably the kids are little bit more than last year. And we have very good three actually. We have very good 4 young singers this year. One is a kind of, I think she's going to be the professional rapper. The second is 2 young girls, our Shumita ji's student. They learn Western music and Indian music also. So they are here. They have joined. And then we have Blossom here. She has been participating last few years. Very good singer. But unfortunately this year we missed 2 of her sisters. One is very, very good and excellent piano player. She is not well, so we missed her. And her another sister, we missed her. She is also a very good singer. We missed 2 very good artists this year. But definitely 2 or 3 artists have been added. I am very happy that you are here, and now please enjoy the Christmas carol. I welcome you again on this sacred evening at the holy precinct of Vedanta Society, Berkeley. Thank you.
Now, friends, we'll have 7 minutes of meditation. Now our Noel choir will sing the first Noel, followed by What Child Is This? And then the Coventry Carol.
everybody hear me? Okay, so we're going to start with the book of Luke on the birth of Jesus. The birth of Jesus. At that time, the Emperor Augustus ordered a census to be taken throughout the Roman Empire. When this first census took place, Quirinius was the governor of Syria. Everyone then went to register himself, each to his own town. Joseph went from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to the town of Bethlehem in Judea, the birthplace of King David. Joseph went there because he was a descendant of David. He went to register with Mary, who was promised in marriage to him. She was pregnant, and while they were in Bethlehem, the time came for her to save her baby. She gave birth to her first son, wrapped him in strips of cloth, and laid him in a manger. There was no room for them to stay in the inn. That's the birth of Jesus. Section here on the Sermon of the Mount that Jesus gave, called True Happiness. So true happiness. Happy are those who know they are spiritually poor. The kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Happy are those who mourn. God will comfort them. Happy are those who are humble. They will receive what God has promised. Happy are those whose greatest desire is to do what God requires. God will satisfy them fully. Happy are those who are merciful to others. God will be merciful to them. Happy are the pure in heart. They will see God. Happy are those who work for peace. God will call them his children. Happy are those who are persecuted because they do what God requires. The kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Happy are you when people insult you and persecute you and tell all kinds of evil lies against you because you are my followers. Be happy and glad, for a great reward is kept for you in heaven. This is how the prophets who lived before you were persecuted. Another section of the book of Matthew called Ask, Seek, and Knock. Ask, and you will receive. Seek, you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks will receive, and anyone who seeks will find. And the door will be opened to him who knocks. Would any of you who are fathers give your son a stone when he asks for bread? Or would you give him a snake when he asks for a fish? Bad as you are, you know how to give good things to your children. How much more, then, will your Father in heaven give good things to those who ask him? Do for others what you want them to do for you. This is the meaning of the law of Moses and of the teachings of the prophets. A short section called book of Matthew called The Light of the Body. The eyes are like a lamp for the body. If your eyes are sound, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are no good, your body will be in darkness. The last section here. Two parts. One, it's called from the book of Luke, A Tree and Its Fruit. A healthy tree does not bear bad fruit, nor does a poor tree bear good fruit. Every tree is known by the fruit it bears. You do not pick figs from thorn bushes, or gather grapes from bramble bushes. A good person brings good out of the treasure of good things in his heart. A bad person brings bad out of his treasure of bad things. For the mouth speaks, but the heart is full of. That's it. Thank you.
Now our Noel choir will sing Away in a Manger and O Christmas Tree.
Thank
Anjana Ananda will present few Christmas songs to you.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that from my dreams. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. I see the children play outside like angels in the snow, while Mom and Daddy share a kiss under the mistletoe. And we'll cherish all these simple things wherever we may be. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. I've got this Christmas song in my heart. I've got the candles glowing in the dark. I'm hanging all the stockings by the Christmas tree. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. I listen for the thud of reindeer walking on the roof as I fall asleep to lullabies. The morning's coming soon. The only gift I'll ever need is the joy of family. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. I've got this Christmas song in my heart. I've got the candles glowing in the dark. I'm hanging all the stockings by the Christmas tree. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me.
So friends, can we have another round of applause for these two ladies? Now, Swami Prasannattamananda will present his talk on Jesus Christ.
What Jesus Christ taught to us. In very simpler way, he taught us two things. Number one, how man can go Godward. And number two, how God can come towards mankind. These are the two things he taught us. And while teaching these two things, he said, God is. Not only God is love. And he showed us by his teachings and through his life how man can go Godward and how God can come towards manward. To show it, he says God is. And what is the proof that God is? Because God is love. What is the proof of God is love? Because from his life we can see that. He not only loved the good person, he loves the bad and worst person also. What is the proof of it? See the parable of prodigal son. He loved him. See the life of Mary Magdalene. He reveals before Mary Magdalene with his divine form. And lastly, he sacrifices himself on the cross for the redemption of the humanity. So he is love, and God is love. Then when can man moves towards Godward? When man can love others. When man can love others? When man think that to love others is to love God. When man can do that, when man thinks that God is here and now. When man can realize that God is here and now, when man can see everywhere the God is, with everybody the God is. To him, the God is in the heaven. Very distinctly, Christ taught us that for those people who know the body is the important thing, for them God resides in heaven. For them who thinks my mind is the most essential thing, for them God is the vine and we are the branches. And for the people who thinks that God is love, and everywhere is God, for them, God and we are one. So this is the main teaching that Jesus taught us by his life and by his teachings. God is descending to man. He came, he lives with us, and he lives with us eternally through his words. God became Word. So what we read as a teaching of Jesus, or what we read on Jesus, is nothing but God. When Buddha was passed away, one of the direct disciples of Lord Buddha asked him, "You are leaving us behind. With what shall we leave?" Buddha said that please read my teachings, which is recorded in the Tripitaka. Please read my teachings and know it is me. So in the fourth gospel, we find that there was Word, and God became one with Word, and God became a Word. So if we find Jesus in everywhere and within everybody, we can find Him in His teachings, because He is living eternally. He is present eternally in His teachings. And He will show us how we can go, we can move towards God's Word. And God will come towards us. So this is the whole teachings of Jesus Christ. It is not only the teachings of Jesus Christ. If we go through the religious incarnations of the world, we can find that in everybody's life, they have come, but they left their words, their teachings, and beautiful life that can take us to the Godward. I pray to the Holy Trio and Lord Jesus that they bless us to make our life joyful and fulfilled. Thank you.
We'll now listen to Chakri Vengadam's oboe selection. Our Noel choir will now present the final four songs, starting with In the Bleak Meet Winter, then Joy to the World, O Holy Night, and finally Silent Night. So friends, thank you for being a part of this sacred occasion of the Christmas Eve. And now we will close the ceremony with the closing address by Swami Prasannath.
Thank you very much for your wholehearted participation and for your attending this Christmas Eve event. I have already explained to you what is the significance and how much it is for us. I convey my special thanks to the artist because they sang really beautifully. I have been listening these songs quite a few years, but this year the standard of the song is really beautiful. This year we haven't heard Shoma, but I told her father that next year definitely we want to hear Soma as a solo singer. I hope she will participate next year. I convey my thanks because one of the families, they have to leave from here. They are so busy that after this kids' carol, they immediately went to take the flight. They are going somewhere. So they left. So I convey my thanks to the children artists. Those are Shohini, Roshni, Rishika, Shubhamita, Surjojyoti, Mili, Mishti, Mishti and Mihika. I convey all these junior artists and I convey my thanks and gratitude to the senior artist also, the Noel group. These are angel group, angel choir. And the Noel choir, I convey my thanks and gratitude to, no, before that I should convey my thanks and gratitude to, let me see, Kiran and Sanjana. I convey my thanks and gratitude to Kiran and Sanjana, and then I convey my gratitudes, thanks and gratitudes to Shoma, then Blossom, then Shohini, most probably Shohini. Am I correct? Yes. Shohini and Kathy Butler. She is the central figure of this whole event, and she worked a lot with the children especially, and she takes a very deep interest to make this event a success. And I thank you all for attending this event. So I request now to go to the Saradananda hall, and this evening, this sacred evening, because Sharadananda, do you know, Sharadananda is one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna saw in his ecstatic mood that Swami Sharadananda and his brother Swami Ramakrishnananda, in their previous life, they were the followers of Jesus. So this evening, we have already named this hall, the newly built hall, the Saradananda Hall. And this sacred evening, we installed a Saradanandaji's photograph there with the name Saradananda Hall, black. So I request you all to please go to the Saradananda Hall. Be careful, it is raining, not a bad day. My favorite verse is there from Bhagavatam. Taddinam duddinam manne meghachanna naduddinam. That day is very bad day. The rainy and stormy day is not bad day. That day is bad day when we do not take the name of Lord. That is bad day. Not the cloudy, rainy or stormy day is the bad day. So today is not the bad day at all because we take the name of the Lord. So I request you all, please go take care. The way is a little bit uneven. Please go to the Saradananda Hall and have the prasada of Lord Christ. Thank you again. But I left the name of Reshmi. Yes, I left two names. One, Reshmi, who conducted the program, and yes, this name is little bit critical name. Let me spell this name. Chakri. Really, it is a beautiful sound. He has been playing for 2 years, 2 to 3 years probably. He has been playing this oboe, Chakri. I convey my thanks and gratitude to Chakri also for playing this oboe, beautiful sound. Thank you very much. Anything I left? Please, and come next year again with your family, friends and acquaintances. Try to attend. It is a very important thing. Just please bear me 1 minute. Jesus Christ showed how to live with God, how to make a God's family. Exactly the same word taught by Sri Ramakrishna to Holy Mother. When Sri Ramakrishna was passing away in Kashipur Garden House, he called Holy Mother and said, I am passing away. You must stay, you must leave. Holy Mother said, I don't want to leave because you are going. He said, no, you must leave to show people how can a godly family be made. The family, we do the household family, but it is the family of God. Staying in a household family, how can we embrace God? You will show the household people that thing. That is why you have to leave. So exactly the same thing. If we hold a pole and go round and round and round, there will be no fear to falling down. Exactly the same way. We are the tiny boats. If we tie down with a big ship, there is no fear to be drowned. So, please hold something. And where you can get that? Within you. Find something to hold. That is very important. And this association with something, it is not the temple, it is not the person, but some ideology. If you can hold some ideology, that will give you the security, psychological security. And psychological security helps us to become fearless. That is very important. Fearlessness is very, very important thing. And that will only give the psychological security. And God can give you the psychological security, none else. Thank you.